Ladies and gentlemen, we are back for some more Tier 3 action at Inters Racing League. Round 10 at Australia. And as we just load in, a little bit of a dark clouds from the top left-hand corner of your screen, but we'll just have to wait to see what the weather is. Scotty here with you once again, and this time joined again with the guy that I've now got a curse on for the Tier 2 races every time he's in this com box. Blues, I'd say how are you going, but may not be your night tonight, but welcome anyway.
I've got to be optimistic, so I love joining the comms, so hopefully the F1 gods will realise that and they'll let me finish a race in Tier 2, so...
Yeah, exactly right. As you can see, 19 on the grid. We do have 20. Burke just running into a little bit of an issue, so hopefully he can jump back in at the end of in between this quali session. Obviously, that's a big out if he can't rejoin, considering that he is in this fight for the championship. As I just have a quick look at the standings at now, Bompton, he's only got a 2-point lead over Burke. That's how close it is as we reach halfway. So Bompton's in. If Burke can get back in, we're in for a tasty race tonight, I reckon.
Yeah, and we got one of the fast boys back who wasn't here last week. I believe Gordo missed last week's race, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, exactly right. I think a few of the quick boys actually didn't manage or couldn't turn up last time out. I think Christo was the other one. We know how good his pace has been, as we've got a Merc somewhere. JJ disqualified from session. He was a late in, and he'll be starting from rear grid. Had some sort of issue at turn 1, just on the inside on the grass, and then just trying to rejoin. His session's done.
One.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen a car face that way into turn 1 at the start of quali, but anyway, we've got 18 left to go. Not sure who's the first one to start one.
Izzy bro, I think.
Where is he?
Just about to go over the finish line.
Yeah, so if you want to take us away off Izzy Bro as he goes around 1 and 2.
And down onto the first DRS straight, or second technically, but down into this kind of awkward, weird hairpin kind of thing here, and then into this corner. I hate this corner. 4th gear, got to try to get as wide as possible without invalidating through this fast right-hander, and now into a bit of a refined part of the track. Shift down 2 gears or 1 gear depending on what you like, and through down onto the kind of back straight, would you say, Scotty? Back straight?
It's a back straight with corners, but you're still full speed as you can see him come towards 9 and 10 now.
It's 1 apex, and probably a little bit off the apex for that one, but opens the DRS down the main back straight into turn 12. Hits that apex very nicely. Come around this corner here, and down into the last 2 corners. Just got to get it turned in nicely. And I'd say that is a pretty clean lap from Izzy, bro. Coming up across the line, activates the DRS, coming up to the line, and he does 17.8.
That's
already faster than Tier 4's pole.
Yeah, exactly right. He was just over 2/10 quicker, so you sort of know these boys are going to be quick. And Izzy Bro, obviously he didn't race last week, I believe, so he's obviously got a lot of pace, as we've seen.
As we got Sebby K coming across the line, his teammate. 18.8.
Nice. So not a bad lap from Seb. Was really good in Tier 3 last week at Saudi. So looking for good stuff with him. Tetris jumps himself up into second place on an 18.6. Good news is Burke is back in. So we got all 20 in, and Burke obviously hasn't lost too much time, so he'll still be able to go out for a few runs. Batman goes P4. Just watching Richo come around the final corner. But as you said, on Izzy Bro's lap, Blurs, obviously there's definitely a few corners here that are very tricky. And around turn 5, that's quite hard. Obviously the middle chicane, 9 and 10. If you cut the inside a bit too much, if you go wide on the curb, you can have an issue as well. So it's a matter of being consistent. and obviously hopefully that your setup that you've gone around here is nice and stable, as just sort of seen about half the field's done a lap, and then the rest are just either on an out lap or into the pits already.
Yeah, obviously, as you were talking, Bobton went P2 with a 17.9, so a bit of a gap from first and second down to third, with Sergeant Potato on an 18.4, or 18.399, pretty much an 18.4.
Yeah, exactly right. As I don't think we've seen any big accidents, except for obviously JJ disqualifying, as we've got a bit of a traffic jam where Beng is coming up. Obviously, he's jumped in as a reserve tonight for the Alfa Romeo group. So hopefully the Alfa Romeo boys obviously go well. Obviously, I'm showing my Alfa Romeo bias. You've obviously looking at the Alpines.
Yeah.
Richo and the Williams. He's about to start his next run. But Ads and Nadobian. Ads saw him last night in DRS around here. Was looking very, very quick. Unfortunately, I jinxed him once. And when a driver tells a comm person to F off, I think I might be putting the jinx on him again. So we'll watch how ads go. But we'll just see if there's anybody else.
Sam is on a lap. Just went through the graveyard. I think he's the next person to come across line that's on a lap, I want to say.
Yeah, and obviously the redesign of the track, that turn 11, as we just saw, it's obviously a little bit tighter.
Hate it.
Yeah, some people absolutely hate the new design. Some people aren't too bad with it, and then obviously the final corner, you can just easily lose your rear and be facing the wrong way. So it just...
It's not the corner itself, it's the braking zone I hate.
Yep.
The braking zone is the worst.
Yeah, Sam goes into the top 8 on a 19.3. Don't know if it's Verk or Beng. We'll follow the Alfa Romeo driver through, coming around the final corner as the sun has come out. So a bit of cloud at the start, but sunshine is on the track now, and the Tier 4 driver actually goes into the top 5, so not a bad lap from him. Easy Bro, for whatever reason, is out on the intermediate tyres. I would have done that at the start of the session, not halfway through, considering that he's already set a lap, but Easy Bro does Easy Bro things, so we'll see how he goes. But
Verk is pushing very, very hard right now. He's all the way onto each of the lines of the past 2 corners.
Exactly right. Bompton's jumped himself up into the top 2, so Verk gets himself onto the second row alongside his teammate, which is what he needs. Obviously, being how close it is, Verk and Sargent will have to work together a little bit, because Bompton's showing some good pace at the moment around this track. So obviously, Ads, I know he was one of the guys that was saying this is one of his favourite tracks, so I reckon there'd be a few on this grid that have the same feeling.
Yes, this is one of my favourites. I feel quite quick around here, but obviously I'm not going to say any of my times just in case any of the Tier 2 boys are watching.
Yeah, exactly right. Shadow is currently on his run. I think he made a mistake on his first fly, so he's saved up a bit of ERS, and we'll see how he goes. Obviously, welcome to everybody who's joining the stream. Yeah, should be looking forward to this. Obviously, definitely a bit of a tricky track. Obviously, we have 14 corners around this 5.278 kilometre circuit. We have 3 DRS zones, obviously main straight, and then out of turn 2, and then just after the 910 chicane. So plenty of overtaking opportunities around here, and yeah, a full grid.
Just trying to see if there's anyone on a lap. No one seems to be on a lap at the moment. Oh, Blue Door is.
Yeah, Shadow's just moved himself up into P13, so he's got a lap time on the board, which is good to see. Christo on his out lap.
Yeah, a lot of the boys are on their out laps at the moment. Sebi has just started a lap, I believe.
He's in the last sector now, about to start his next lap, so I think it might be...
Blue Dog, next one?
No, they're all on outlap. So Deadly Fully is just coming around. Oh, turn 1. He goes a little bit deep. Manages to keep it on the track, but definitely would have cost him time around turn 2. So the Merc driver.
Yeah. Blue Dog. It was Blue Dog. Potatoes coming across the line. Ian must have messed up his lap. Oh no. Oh, he's starting the lap. Sorry.
Yeah.
The timing screen is confusing me at the moment.
Yes, we know Broseph. We don't know why he's gone out on the intermediate tyres, because you don't really want to bin it, especially because the gap to Bompton's only just over a tenth, and we do know a bit of track evolution around here. So it's a weird choice, but as I said, would have thought about doing that at the start, but he's decided to do it in the middle. So he's obviously thinking about saving a set of softs. Obviously very easy to get a safety car around here with how close it is.
Potato got a little bit of a toe from a Red Bull in front. Not sure who that was. Might have been Izzy Bro. It was Izzy Bro.
But as we watch Deadly Fuller...
I don't want to curse him, but he's 4 tenths up, Potato is.
That's right. We'll stay on board with Deadly Fuller. He's just about to cross the line. Unfortunately, he just doesn't improve. So Christo actually does a good time, jumps himself up into P4. Seb immediately crosses the line and jumps into that P4 as well. I think Gordo moved himself up into P7, but we'll stay on board with Sergeant Potato. He was looking quick last night when I was commentating over his race, and he does a 17.5 if you don't mind. So that's 3 tenths over Izzy Bro. So Izzy Bro, got to get off those inters and chuck his sauce back on.
Yeah, that is an impressive lap. I've got to say that is some tier 2 pace, is all I'm going to say. Exactly. That is a quick lap.
Exactly right. Tetris coming across the line. He jumps up into the top 4 now on an 18.3. So nice lap from the AlphaTauris. Ducat we haven't seen much of at the moment. He's currently P12 on an 18.9. As we just see who's just about to finish their lap. I think is Seb up? No, he's saving. So he's definitely not on the lap.
Gordo does not seem to be doing a lap. He hasn't... For how big we hyped him up at the start, Gordo isn't living up to what I expected from him. Neither is Verk. Verk's quite a few tenths down on his championship rival in Bopton in P3.
Yeah, exactly right. We'll stay on board with Ads because he's half a second up in the first sector. I know he's got about a second. Oh, he has too. Ads. I didn't jinx you that time, as Bang does start his next lap.
I was talking about the Alpine boys. It's okay.
Yeah. Oh, good.
Got to share around the love.
Exactly right. Sam is going to be coming in. What about Verk? He's not burning either, so he's going to come in as well. So we got about just over 4.5 minutes left to go in the session. So a lot of these boys will be coming in to do their final
Gordo
runs.
Is on a lap. He is on a push lap, it seems. Getting maybe a little bit of a toe from the Alfa Romeo in front, but it might be a bit more dirty air. Not too bad of a second sector. A little bit up on his time. Oh my lord, he just died.
Yeah, you just saw the little bit of a wiggle. That's the risk of going out wide, because that curb all of a sudden will like to spit you to the right and to that inside wall, as hopefully that car in front tends to get out of the way, or he does at the end. But yeah, I think Gordo won't be too happy with that.
Verk has left the session, maybe another problem for him.
Yeah, it might be another... we're not sure if Verk was having a game crash or something, but hopefully he can get back in straight away.
Bopton might have made a bit of a mistake here. He is... I don't know if is he on a lap?
He's on a lap. He's about a tenth and a half down on his personal best, which is a bit hard considering that he's got to find 4 tenths, and that 17.5 is looking fairly difficult to beat. Izzy Bro is right behind him as well on his next lap. Bompton's now 2 tenths down.
I have seen Izzy Bro split. I can confirm he is up.
Yeah, and he's about to cross the second sector line now. He's still just over a tenth up. He's got to find some more time in this final sector as he runs super wide and invalidates his lap.
That might be Pt1 for pole unless Bopton is planning on to go straight in.
Exactly right. I think Izzy-Bro can't come in. I think he's going to have to do a cool down and then go again. But he's got the flashing fuel light, so this may be it. Obviously, a minute 20. I think it's going to be tight for Izzy-Bro. We'll keep an eye out for that. I think it might be a little bit too late. Bompton, obviously, he was having his issue. Christo had just come out of the pits. As we got a lot of the guys, as we just see who is potentially... Deadly Fuller is on his final run. But he's gotten out of it, so I think he might have made a mistake. We've got yellow flags, just people trying to get themselves out of the way. You think it'd be a little bit easy on this track to sort of get out of people's way, but it can be a little bit tricky, especially in the tighter sections.
It's like a street track with about half a meter's of runoff.
Yeah, exactly right.
Is Blue Dog on a lap? Blue Dog does
is...
some to be on a lap.
Shadow is on his next run. Deli Fuller will go back onto him. He's currently a tenth and a bit down on his lap, so this might actually be his last chance because we'll be fairly close to the checkered flag. Izbro is in pit lane, so he definitely won't be coming out for his final run. Same as Verk. Obviously, hopefully he can get back in the session. Deli Fuller does improve to 14th. As we've got Blue Dog going for his next run. Yellow flags in front. Got a bit of a gap to the cars in front. So we'll see how he goes. Taking the final corner, turn 14. Trying to carry as much speed as he can. DRS to the line. And does he improve? He improves by half a second and goes P4.
Ooh, what a lap, I've got to say.
We just try and find Sam. Unfortunately, he's invalidated his lap time, and it's going to be touch and go if he can get around for the last lap. I think Shadow might be... No, Bang might be the first one around. Kyo and Nada Bien, the two drivers that still haven't set a lap time. So I'll quickly just check Sargent if he's on a cooldown.
Ad's had a bit of a tail wag through the graveyard. Seemed to keep his foot in it though.
Exactly right. We have hit the checkered flag. Top two stay as they are. Burke and Sam as well. All Bang obviously had a moment. He's invalidated his time actually. What about Gordo? Oh, and I think we've got an Aston Martin possibly around, or just trying to get out of the way. Christo coming across the line. He moves up into P5. What about Bompton? He hasn't got any time, so he's in. Same as Blue Dog. What about Tetris?
Tetris is a tenth and a half up, it said for me.
Yeah, I think Ads has moved up into P12 on an 18.8. Tetris.
Oh, a bit wide from Tetris. I wouldn't have gone that deep, personally.
Oh, and his teammate goes into P6. Ducat on an 18.2. Can Tetris get in front of him? Oh, he improved his,
by a little bit.
Improved his time, but not quite. What about Gordo? He moves himself up into the top four. Finds half a second. So, after all that, Sergeant Potato gets pole position. So that was a brilliant lap from the McLaren driver, Izzy-Bro in P2. His flyer was actually his best lap, or his banker was his best lap. So, but Bompton P3, Verk still in P10. So fingers crossed Verk can get back in. I haven't seen him rejoin.
I have sent him an invite, so fingers crossed he can join.
Yep, 100%. So we have a look. Sergeant Potato, possibly thinking about moving up. Yeah, maybe Tier 2 promotion, but Sergeant Potato really likes this track as well, so He's definitely going to be one to watch, Izzy Bro, as well. Bompton, championship leader in P3. Good spot considering Verk having his issues. Gordo, we thought he was struggling a little bit early on, but he manages to jump his teammate. So Ferrari 4th and 5th. Nice job from the Ferrari team. Christo, after missing last week, is in 6th. Ducat, Tetris, Seb, and Verk do round out your 10. Richo, Sam, Bang, Ads, Kyo, Deadly Puller, Batman, Shadow, Natabian, and JJ are your 20. JJ and Natabian will be starting from rear of field. But yeah, that was a fairly impressive lap from Sargent.
Yeah, definitely. That was. I did not expect that coming into it.
Yeah, exactly right. But we do have 29 laps around Australia, and as we sort of know, turn 1 and turn 2 on the opening lap. Yeah, I don't know if I rarely see many races that we do get through all 20 cars cleanly, but we'll have to wait and see. Dry conditions looking like it at the moment. So we're looking at either a medium hard or hard medium strategy for tyres. Blur, sort of obviously thinking about your race tonight, sort of strategy you're thinking with.
I'm thinking maybe hards. I seem to do good when I start on the hards. I look back at some of the old races previous in the season, and I actually won both times I started on the hards, so I might have to do that tonight. We'll see.
Exactly right, and yeah, Gillard saying, yeah, medium soft. Magic Feet did that and won, so medium soft definitely viable, especially if you're good with your tyre management. I expect a fair few of these guys to start on the medium tyres, just with obviously that the prone to safety car. Safety car comes out between probably lap 6 and lap 10, prime position.
I'm just going to dip out really quick.
Yeah, all good.
Be 2-6.
So while you do that, we'll check the tyres and difference of strategy on the front row. Sargent, he's gone the mediums. Izzy Bro has gone on the hard, so he'll have to be a little bit mindful off the start because Bompton, Gordo, Blue Dog, and Christo on the mediums. Ducat's gone the hard tyres. Richo also the hard tyres. Bang on the hards. Kyo and Batman. So yeah, we're only looking like about 6 drivers on the hards. Rest of them have gone mediums, but maybe thinking of that safety car situation, and then maybe if they unfortunately get a little bit of damage, lap 1. Richo has rejoined, which is good to see. So, who are we thinking for winning this? I think Sargent after his lap. He's definitely a favourite in a fair few eyes, mine included. Looked really good, but Izzy Bro, we know how quick he can be. And obviously Bompton, he's quick as well, but he's got a championship to think of, so he may not be as aggressive. And as we just come into the final sector now, so we'll try and get Verk back in.
I am back.
So did you say you tried to invite Verk back?
Yes, I invited him.
Alright, so fingers crossed he can get back in. Send him another one just in case as we line up on the grid. So we'll see if anybody does unfortunately can't quite go maybe a little bit long in their box. But it looks like we've all these drivers actually doing that. We've got a bit of a Haas driver completely out of the way. I think that was Sam. I think he forgot which side of the pit lane, straight he was on. But all 20 have actually managed to line up perfectly on the grid. So no disqualifications as we do have the lights starting for. We've got 5. And round 10 is underway, and it looked like an alright start from Sargent, a really good start. Izzy's obviously struggled on the hards, and as you see, one of the Ferraris completely go the inside as there's side by side, maybe a little bit of contact, but Bompton did a good job to go around Gordo. So he was the Ferrari that moved up. Izzy's dropped to 4th. Tetris on the mediums has moved up quite a bit as the Ferrari nearly makes it 3 wide. Oh, surely there must have been contact there, but every single car still pointing the right direction. As we've got Tills side by side, and we've got an Alfa Romeo at the back having a half spin. But Sargent, he did what he needed to.
As the Alfa Romeos just collide and shadows on the wall, no wing.
Oh, and that's what you don't want, teammates colliding. As Verk jumps over Kaio.
As it's a VSC.
Yeah, actually, yeah, VSC. So this will maybe settle the pack down. We did get cleanly through turn 1 and turn 2, surprisingly. Shadow, as you can see, yeah, he's missing an entire front wing, and if that was a teammate that caused him the damage, he would not be very, very happy. Richo, a couple of seconds off the pack. Looks like he's got both M plates still, but Sargent, he got the gap. Izzy Bro definitely struggled. Burke is into the session now, so thankfully his AI cars actually managed to keep him out of trouble.
Quite lucky. I think he might have got a position actually.
I think he did. JJ's in, so he's obviously copped some damage. He did move up 5 spots, but Richo's picked up a drive through. So he's just gone a little bit too quick, maybe not quite watching his Delta. Richo's, he's retired in pit lane. He has, so unfortunately, his night ends after I'd say one racing lap, but we were barely underway. As his virtual was actually going for quite a long way, surprisingly. I figured we would have gone green at some point. Oh, JJ, he's picked up a drive through as well. Oh, and Bompton, he got a great getaway off the jump. Must have had a better delta when it actually ended, as he was burning, but Sargent holds on. Gordo's right there, ready to capitalise. As we go through turn 10 now, Gordo right behind the Aston Martin. He's burning a lot of his battery. Does he think about sending it around the outside? Obviously the new corner. Maybe Bompton didn't quite have the traction, but he's going to have the inside line at 12. And Gordo has to sit there. Seb, no, he might have been one of the drivers that might have been caught up a little bit. Currently P11, he's still facing the right way. As Verk, I think he's back in now. The VSC sort of helped him. Bompton sets the fastest lap. But obviously with the VSC intervention at the start, we won't see a realistic lap time until then. And we've got a Haas completely sending it down the inside, and it spun.
Ooh.
So I think that was Sam. So somehow managing for everyone else to avoid him, as we've got multiple cars changing positions. That's the Red Bull of Seb going up the inside, but then Verk's got the inside, which will switch to the outside to Seb. Think about holding it, not quite. But the Haas driver of Kaya hits the back of the Red Bull, which sends him a little bit wider, and that's Ads going off the grass to try and get the move done. Could have been a big incident there, as we just see massive battles through this way, and Sam, he's had an issue. So will this be our first safety car? It will be.
Yes, it is.
And you can see him there, just obviously having a moment. Maybe hitting that outside curb before, which has spun him leftwards into the wall. So Sam, unfortunately, his day's done once again. I think he had an early exit last week, possibly from memory. Oh, and Shadow, unfortunately not watching where he was going, has completely ran into the back of, or into the side of Sam, as Bompton, he's actually coming in. So this is a very, very early stop. So he's possibly gambling on a set of hards. He is. No front wing change. So Bompton, he's actually going to lose a fair few spots as we watch Deadly Fuller. He's obviously got a slow. So this hasn't worked out too bad for Bompton. Coming out P11. We've got overtaking under the safety car for some reason. As
I believe they're in pit lane.
Yeah, those ones down there, Izubro and Gordo definitely weren't, so I've got to be a little bit careful. Same as Burke and, come on guys, what are we doing? Might be a little bit of a timing glitch, but As we saw, I think last week we had a few issues in terms of contact under safety car, so just got to calm down a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, and there's more contact. Oh, I think Verk's in AI actually. As Blue Dog, oh, he's facing the wrong way. So absolute chaos. So I think Verk's got to be careful. All the guys around Verk's got to be careful because I think his AI car is causing all sorts of grief.
Yeah, it seems that way.
So I
Not
think
good.
I think Blue Dog was unfortunately taken out. So guys, if you've got the stream up, obviously just be mindful. Yeah, Verk is disconnected. So yeah, that's super unlucky. And yeah, Brosep as well. Shadow, obviously looking at his phone. Not watching what he was doing, running to the arse. Aussie, we're doing well. Obviously, 4 laps in, we've had a virtual and we've had a full safety car. So we've seen a bit of chaos already. Lost 2 drivers. Sam, obviously, with that spin, nearly making it 3 wide at turn 1. And then having another spin hitting the wall. So we're meant to have a bit of a break, but in saying that, we've seen Blue Dog around, multiple cars passing under safety car, so Verk is the one causing an issue. Just on board with him now, just seeing if we're seeing sort of any sort of AI inputs. But yeah, bit of a breather that we sort of need, Blurs, with sort of how much action we've sort of seen and a bit of craziness at the start of this one.
Yeah, it has been a bit off the wall at the moment. I think everyone just needs to chill out and regain composure and just maybe not go on AI.
Yeah, exactly
Might
right.
help.
Unfortunately, JJ didn't quite have a chance to serve his drive-through penalty before this safety car, so unfortunately he's going to be in the pit lane as soon as we get back underway. We'll have a look at position changes on board. Kai's moved up 6. JJ, he's up 8, but obviously he's going to drop back. Tetris and Verk are the 2 big movers at the front, up 4 and 5 respectively. Our biggest losers, Bompton. I won't say he's a big loser because he's made his mandatory stop. First one in the field, as we do have the safety car coming in. He's in 10th. So that's the reason why he's down. And then Blue Dog. He hasn't stopped, but obviously he must have got hit under that safety car, maybe by the AI car. But as I'll bring the tyres back up and we'll watch this restart. Sargent, he got the jump off the line, so we'll see how he goes with this first restart. So as he slows the field up, Izzy Bro's going to be wary, but obviously he's on the hard tyre. Does Sargent go? He does. Gordo, he looks good for possibly a move at turn 1, and same as Verk behind him on Tetris. Doesn't quite send it. Tetris does hold it into turn 1. As we've got a Red Bull passing a Haas, so that's Seb on Kaio. So a nice job from the Red Bull driver. Ben gets past Ads. And Adabien thinking about a move possibly later on. JJ, he's in for his drive-through. Oh, and that's a bit of a late move from Shadow, but can't pull it off. As Tetris, he had a moment. He's dropped about 3 spots. It'd be interesting to see if he's got damage to his front wing. Looks to be all there still.
Gordo seems to be all over the back of Zebro right now.
Yeah, he'll have the inside line, but will he be up far enough to get the job done? I think he will. So Gordo possibly P2. Izzy Bro, will he think about the outside? He's got the switch back, but Gordo had some nice drive off the corner. As unfortunately Blue Dogs had a moment coming around turn 6. Oh, Izzy Bro. Sorry, Kaio getting the move done on Ducat, who goes wide, and that's just going to feed him back through the field. As Bang does get past him. Oh, and we've got an out for a Mario Spun on the track, and that's Shadow. Shadow hitting another stationary car. Ads is out of the race, and we have the second safety car of the day. So Ads, unfortunately, having a bit of a spin, and then Shadow He was running wide at that corner, and unfortunately he couldn't get out of the way in time. And yeah, that's second safety car in 7 laps. So we might hit our 4 safety car limit by the time we get halfway through this race by the way we're going.
Yeah. Obviously your curse strikes again. Ads has just missed me. Shadow put it into AI.
Oh.
And it just drove onto the track. So that's unfortunate.
Yeah, so
that'll definitely be in the steward's room.
Yeah, Shadow might be in a little bit of trouble if he's gone AI. Obviously, the rules state that anything your AI card does, you will be penalised for. As Blue Dog is in, he had an issue around the back of the track, so he obviously had front wing damage. But the safety car does help him catch the back of it, and he's on the hard compound tyre, which will definitely get him to the end. But the way these safety cars are playing out, when he goes a little bit deep into turn 1, but manages to pull it up. Obviously, those hards will be stone cold. Sergeant Potato, he did well on the first restart. Unfortunately, he's going to have to do it all over again. As do the top 2 come in, they do. I think they have to. Being lap 7, Izzy Bro, obviously he stays out, being on the hard compound tyres. All the hard runners coming in. Seb, he stays out, so he wants some track position.
He's obviously thinking, must be another safety car coming.
Yeah, exactly right. Same as Tetris as well and Deli Fuller. So they've obviously decided to stay out. Kyo on the hard tyres and Bompton. That call under the first safety car has pretty much paid off because he's net race leader now. So he obviously thought, yeah, there's going to be a safety car in the next few laps. So back of the train, he's kept out of trouble and he's going to be leading this race once the top 4 come in.
Yeah, but it'll be interesting to see if he goes all the way to the end.
That's true, but he's saying that his tyres are only going to be 4 laps older than the likes of Sergeant Potato and Gordo. So they're not going to be super old. It's just whether he hits the cliff first and it goes long enough that I think he should be right. I think races around here, I think the hard tyre works enough that I think he should be right. But in saying that, surely the way we've been going, I think we're going to see another safety car at some point.
Yeah. Safety cars breathe safety cars, so...
Exactly right. Unfortunately, JJ, obviously trying to pit under that restart. Unfortunately, the game has decided not to give it to him, so I think he'll learn to wait a lap. And Verk and Gordo, as we got the safety car in this lap. So I was expecting it to go out a little bit longer. So obviously these guys having to do a bit of shuffling. We'll quickly jump back on the Izzy Bro.
As I think Verk has gone back into AI because he's just lost his spot to Verk. Yeah, Gordo has, sorry.
Yeah, these guys have got to be careful, but we've currently got a Red Bull 1-2 on the restart. Izzy Bro's already gone out of the corner. So Seb in P2, and then you've got the battle for P3, 4 and 5.
Yeah, I don't know what Verk's doing right now.
That's alright, so you maybe watch that as we'll stay on board. All Kaya a little bit wide, and he's lost the back end. He's hit the wall. So the driver's behind. JJ's been disqualified for ignoring the drive through. I think that's hard done by JJ. And Kyo, he's going to be dropping back because he's got absolutely no front wing. Guys behind him got to take a little bit of care trying to get past. Quickly switch to Bompton because he's right all over the back of Tetris. So yeah, if you guys are unlucky, and yeah, Kyo, we were on board with him. He just lost the rear end. The hards weren't quite warm enough. As we've got another yellow flag. Oh, we've had a big issue.
Oh, that's a massive crash between Shadow and Gordo.
So someone's obviously lost it, and then the other cars just ran right into the back of him. Blue Dog, as we have our third safety car. We can't even go a lap at the moment without the need for the safety car. So,
well, I wish I was streaming because I was right on board with that battle.
Yeah, exactly right. Might sneakily save your footage because it'd be good to have a look at that. But yeah, we've already lost 5 drivers. 6 drivers actually. Blue Dog will jump into P14. and we've got the rest of the guys coming in. So Seb, he's got coming in the box for the hard tyres. Tetris is in as well. Deadlyful is in. And Kaio's in as well. So thankfully for Kaio, safety cars helped him to get that front wing back on. Don't know if he won't have another set of hards, I reckon, so he's going to jump on to the mediums. He might be stretching them 20 laps, but I think it'll be possible as they fix the front wing. As Izzybro will lead us from this next safety car. Yeah, JJ, you're obviously fairly lucky. You've only got 3 laps to do it, but we thought we served it. But yeah, definitely, especially as well from Matty. Gonna have to see what's happening with Verk. He's currently in P8. We sort of need to see what's exactly happening there. Because I'm assuming he's in the session. I haven't seen him leave or join back.
I mean, Sam's been sending heaps of invites. I've been coming over my screen, so...
Yeah, exactly right. Ads is saying that Verk is in AI. So not 100% sure what's happening with that. But got 14 cars on the grid. And we've still got 2/3 of this race left to go. So we've already lost 6 cars. Blue Dog is trying to get back to the back of the grid. I think with how quickly that safety car came in, he couldn't catch it, but this other safety car's helped. He's just got to try and get to the back of it. I'm assuming we're still not going to go out of this lap. We won't. Safety car will stay out. I think we want to have a look. Penalties were actually clean somehow. But I think this has just been... Oh, and why Christo... Is he coming into box, or is he's had an issue off the hards? So is he...
He must have spun.
Yeah, I was going to say, so he mows the lawn as Verk comes into box. So what are they chucking on his? He's got a front wing change and the medium tyres. And unfortunately, Gordo, he joins us. Gordo, what the hell happened at that out of turn 6?
Yeah, well, can we get a red flag? Because Verk's AI has just, like, ruined, like, 5 people's races.
Yeah, and Verk's left the session, and Kaio has DNF'd as well, so we...
Yeah, how is Verk in P1? Verk says Verk's on P1 on my screen, but Izzybro is in first.
Yeah,
we wanted to red flag this.
Yeah, he's in the pit lane, so... Yeah, we may see a red flag. I'll just wait for Broseph and the likes to give us the decision. So we're still under red flag conditions. So Burke has rejoined, but Shadow's left. Obviously, him being out. So yeah, obviously didn't see what happened to Kaio, but yeah, Burke's still saying he's in pit lane.
Yeah, and he hasn't moved.
Yeah, exactly right. Gordo, for you, was, I don't know if you were near Verk at the start, but was he sort of AI as well, or?
Oh, no, I wasn't near him at the start, but under safety car, just before I DNF'd, he just drove straight into the back of me, didn't brake at all.
Yeah.
And then his car didn't go in front of mine, but I got an illegal overtake on him somehow. So I had to give that back to him, and then it would have been his AI, and then his AI just wouldn't overtake me, so all of us ended up like 10 seconds behind the rest of the field.
Yeah, exactly right. So as we just about get ready to go another lap, as it does get a little bit cloudy, so I guess one question we can ask you, were we thinking of a bit of rain towards the end of this race, or was it going to stay dry?
Nah, I think it's going to stay dry.
Yep. So a bit of cloud.
Also, where was Shadow?
Oh yeah, he binned it around coming out of turn...
Yeah,
as we got 6 or 7.
Yeah, as we got Broseph in, as we do have a red flag called.
Yeah.
Yeah, boys, just letting you know we are going to have a red flag.
Yep.
Yeah, red flag the race, boys. Verk is not getting back in the lobby. Not with that client internet.
Yep. Too easy,
Right.
so...
Cheers, boys.
Cheers.
Oh yeah, let's get Gordo out of here. Are we off stream?
Not yet. So we'll end stream at the moment, and we'll be back in about 10 minutes. We'll get a new lobby up, and we'll be back shortly. So we'll see you very soon.